The relationship, the bilateral relationship is symbiotic, and it's a win-win kind of arrangement. And you know, China is also interested when we borrow because, of course, they earn some interest. I think when you say it's a win-win situation, I think it's important for DK and every other person to be fair and tell us how is it a win-win situation when we are the ones borrowing all the time. I mean, if it was a win-win situation, then we would also be having something that we are benefiting from China, not just China benefiting from the interest that we pay on the loans that we get from them. And I was listening very keenly to DK to hear what he was going to say about borrowing while living in opulence at home. He tactfully avoided that. Because the issue I had raised, if you remember, Fred, was who is this that borrows and then goes dishing out money out there, you know, I would say even carelessly and, you know, in a way that is very, very unprofessional and not befitting of the office of the president. I mean, opulence. And I think, DK, when you come back through Fred, just tell us how you look at something, how you look at, you know, somebody who borrows, cries all the time, oh, come and help me. And then when he gets the money, it's just like having a beggar on the street, and I have nothing against beggars, who is borrowing, who is begging during the day, and in the night they are there drinking, buying beer for everybody. I mean, let DK comment about that. The other thing is, I would have wanted to hear DK also tell us the rationale of borrowing sometimes at high interest rates to retire lower interest rate loans. I think that is also something that we need to discuss here, Fred. And I listened to him again saying that borrowing is not new, and it is true, it's not new. Of course, Kibaki borrowed, but not at this rate. Uhuru borrowed, and of course, I agree with DK that that time we almost hit the ceiling. But then Uhuru can show you the Expressway. Uhuru can show you Outer Ring Road. Uhuru can show you the bypass that is constructed along Eldoret, where DK comes from. Uhuru can show you the Kondele Highway, the interchange that he did in Kisumu. Uhuru can show you the airport that the refurbishment of the airport that was done in Kisumu. I mean, it is true, Uhuru borrowed. And they borrowed very heavily. But you can also point to projects, major projects, right. SGR. So let DK tell us what Ruto can show.
What about the concerns that you yourselves raised during the campaigns?
That's what I'm coming to. That's what I'm coming to. And if you could, if DK would, you'll get your time. That's what I'm saying.
My question, yes.
You know, Fred, talking about the campaign promises that President Ruto made, and we were there, and it is true, we supported him. But we believed that he believed what he was saying. Later we realized that he did not actually believe in what he was saying. And that is why he has broken every other promise that he made. Not just about, you know, bringing transparency in the agreements and arrangements that, of course, the government of Kenya enters into with the government of China or any other government. It is not only that promise that he has not kept. Remember, he had talked about putting people's money into people's pockets. He has ended up removing the little that was there. Remember, the way he had sworn that he would not treat his deputy the way he was treated. He was not actually, Uhuru did not instigate his removal. He removed he removed his deputy. He has removed everybody. So he has not kept any promise. So to ask Fred, what he has done with the promises and why we are supporting him, he has broken every promise. But just before I exit...
That particular promise about transparency in our debt, because this issue about debt, you made it your campaign issue, yes? And the deal was that once President Ruto comes in, the debts that were considered odious or